Morning started out with some snatches. I think it went pretty good, man. I was literally just going for single snatches and really trying to just slow down as much as possible and just really think about each one of my positionings throughout the entire movement. I went for 10 or 12 just like single snatches at a really good working weight, because a lot of times I was lifting too heavy, man. I was lifting too heavy of a snatch, or you just kind of get caught up in the moment to where you just keep loading on weight, and just trying to like max out. Every day just ends up being like a max out session of fucking snatch. I just really wanted to just work up to a really good weight that I knew that I could hit, but at the same time, it was a good enough working weight to where I could feel myself actually pulling myself underneath the bar. You feel what I'm saying? As far as like the knee reciprocation point, when the bar comes from the bottom of the knee, clears the knee, and you start to kind of receive that bar just above the knee, that's still kind of an issue that I'm working through, coming from, you know, the CrossFit side where things are a little bit more quick. A lot of those things just kind of get glazed over, glossed over when it comes to where your knees are at throughout the movement. I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with how you do certain Olympic weightlifting movements in CrossFit, because a lot of times you're doing it for speed. CrossFit pull, you're looking at the first pull, knees come back, and they just kind of stay back, and you just continue the rest of the pull until you get about here. And then right at the last minute, you do like a second knee bend, and then you try and generate power with like a second knee bend. So what that looks like is this, instead of keeping your knees bent and then scooping your knees and hips underneath the bar as the bar comes up. You'll see the receiving of the bar as it comes past the knees with the legs still bent. If you guys watch a lot of like Olympic weightlifting, you could just tell there's a lot of emphasis that's put into how your knees should look or what position they should be in as the bar passes your knees. So I'm really looking at improving my form as the bar passes my knees and what my body and what my hips are doing as I approach that part of the lift. So that was the afternoon session. The afternoon session went actually pretty good. I went out, ran some errands, did some other video edits that I had to get done, came back and actually had an evening session that I still had to get done. And on the evening session, I was literally just trying to go for some overloading, and I chose to do some overhead overloading, which just consists of me racking the bar or racking the squat rack up to its highest point, and then getting underneath it and just literally trying to stand up as much weight as I can from, or going into the overhead position. And so started off with, you know, just the bar just to try to get warmed up, worked up from 135 to 185, and then 215 to 245. That jump, that was a pretty significant jump. I probably should have did from 215 to 235, but still kind of grinded it out. My overall goal was to get to somewhere over 300. And so as I approached the 275 to 295 mark, I can really start to feel like my core start to give out, like my lower back, not give out to where I was gonna like, you know, have an injury or anything, but I could really feel that it was super important for me to actively, in my mind, keep as much pressure as I can, or keep as much rigidity in my lower back and just in my general core as possible. The 325 actually went up pretty good. And then when I got to 335, man, I was just like, yeah, I cannot re-rack this. So I just dropped it. So that moves me over into my power position overloading, and this is literally just back racking as much weight as I can and trying to get that bump off of my traps, just that little, you know, ½ inch or 1 inch that you can get. Since my nervous system was kind of already primed from doing the overhead stuff, I just started with 225, I think, and then from 225, worked my way up to 385, and all those weights felt pretty good. I'm just really trying to focus on just trying to get underneath as much weight as possible, because that's just really one of my weaknesses, power position, and then in the hole strength. I appreciate you guys following me around in the gym. As you guys have probably guessed, this is more or less my personal diary that I'm choosing to air online. And so this is most definitely not me trying to coach other people on the Olympic lifts. This is me just sharing my personal experience on how I'm learning how to do the lifts myself. If you guys have any questions as to why I've chosen to do some of the things that you see in this video, don't forget to hit me up in the comments. Other than that, man, I'll see you guys in the next video.
On turbo, teed up with the iron like Top Golf. New whip with the top piece chopped off. Off work, I came to play. 2 blunts, tall Tanqueray. Don't simp, get paid today. That hate can't make a stay. Out west where the Lakers stay. And I'm still up getting to the bread like aisle 3. If it ain't about that, don't dial me. Put a little right in your act, baby. Do it for your bread and your black babies. Nigga, don't flex, just build muscle. I'm up, I still hustle. Ball game like Bill Russell. Rap game on Chris Wallace. Make a nigga wanna switch wallets. Give a fuck what a bitch call it. No shit for the faint of heart. Get rich, nigga, play your part. 5 bands, 2 days apart. This shit like ancient art. And I'm still in the hood like an